Okay, so I accidentally cut that off. Here we are, back again. So I'll just running that through. You don't normally have to do that, but when it gets to the end of the roll, sometimes it gets a bit curly and needs a bit of help. So that's through there. Then you put the lever down. Oh, switch it on first. I forgot to switch it on. Yeah, switch it on. Link up the USB cable to your laptop. Open up Photoshop. So we're going to do something that is new. Always loads of pixels per centimeters. It's in 300 dpi. People say you should be in dpi, but to be honest, I found 72 quite enough. So how wide? Say 60 by 20, something like that. Okay, so there's our blank. We're going to write in something there. Since I've got, change the colour, boom, 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 go for black. Just click on that. Okay, so just black and white. I mean, it could be any colour, it could be anything. We're going to make a thing in there. And point size, bump it up to 36 point, and change the font. Obviously, because you're now dealing with Adobe Photoshop, you've got dozens and dozens of fonts. You can really play around with the print side of things. What shall we use? Just go to the top with a brush script. Oh, Century Gothic, that's quite a nice sort of fluent one. Let me go up a bit bigger than that, up to 60 point. Looks more like it. And because I've got no imagination at all, I'm going to go for Dave's. Doesn't look like Century Gothic. Dave's demonstration. Okay, I'll just increase the size of that. And put that up to, oh, not Century Gothic, I was thinking something else, that's why. Brush script. Oh yeah, it was brush script. Yeah, that's right, sorry. 72. Still not big enough to try and go up to 92 points. Still quite small, isn't it? About 122. Click yes. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's not great, is it? I'll do in capitals instead, maybe. I'll just do it bigger. There are, that's a bit more like it, isn't it? Doesn't matter to me. Yeah. So Dave's demonstration, I mean, these are words, but obviously could be images, could be anything you like. We're plugged in there. The machine is powered up. Oh, I forgot to release. So then, when the machine's on, you release the lever. What that does is it clamps the paper into position. And then you'll see it warming up, and it will go through a warm-up process where it's trying to line up the paper and make sure the inks are okay and everything else. It will tell you if it needs more ink. So you just have to wait for that to happen. While waiting for that, it says you've got these messages that come up, things like ink cartridge, non-genuine ink cartridge, you will go to prison. No, it doesn't say that actually, but you just say continue. Just ignore, oh, it's gone ahead anyway. So if it flashes up warning signs saying that you'll be sent to Guantanamo Bay or whatever, just ignore it. Okay, so I was going to show you while I'm waiting for that. This is the other equipment, which is the sublimation equipment. So these this is for the big base, which you use for large areas like t-shirts. I'll show you some of the t-shirt stuff we've done, although we don't do it anymore. So this is on a Hanes polyester t-shirt. So basically that will go into anything called anything that's polyester, mostly polyester, not cotton. There we are. I won Employee of the Month award, and I awarded myself the polo as a result of that. So it's got to be that material. Basically, these inks that this works off are special inks. They are polymer inks, so they'll work off polyester or polymer. Now, polymer is what they coat the cups with. That's why that picture will remain on there. You put it in the dishwasher, it will never come off. It just, it just stays on there. Very, very good and long-lasting durability wise. So anything you've got that's going to be sublimated has got polymer on it, or else it's polyester. I stopped doing t-shirts and polos simply because of the space that it took up. I didn't. You have to go for different sizes for male, female, adult, child, up to goodness knows what, XXXL, and I just don't have the space to keep all that stuff for the one person that may need that particular. Whereas a mug is the same all day long to everyone. That's why I do the stock on the sublimation side that I do. Oh, this is just asking me something else in the meantime. Nozzle check, no, just continue. So that's continue now. So these that's for t-shirt. If you want to do t-shirts, this is for plates, for a larger plate, I think, so like that. Ooh. And no, it's a smaller plate. Sorry. And this one is the larger one. And that is what we will use to do a mug in a minute. So basically this links up here. There's lots of videos on YouTube, by the way, that will show you how to do this. It's very, very easy, as long as you can screw this first bit on. So they all got the same attachments, all these items. There you go. And they all just screw into there. And then you switch it on. And it starts making that at first cute, but after a while very annoying bleeping noise. So this is all ready. It's saying we're ready to go. So now on this software, come back to this on the file, we're going to drop down to, sorry if this is a bit out of focus, it's difficult to get on focus. So page setup. Have you got the right printer? No, I think you see it basically says Epson XP205. That's the printer we use for sublimation, so that's the wrong one. And then that's the right one. So I've selected the right printer first of all. Go into properties. Then, so it's got premium luster. We have luster as well. But that's this annoying. Got Pippi on one side and dogs on the other. Brilliant. So it gives you all these other options. Drop down. So you've got photo paper. Then glossy. We'll take that as it'll work on glossy as well as, because it's only a script, but it'll work on there. So then you just go down to this paper, roll papers, anything else. Just leave it as it is. Paper size, I've got all these preset sizes. So remember it's 2 foot wide. I don't know if you can see that, but they all start at 61. So I always measure in centimetres. So 61, which is the width, by how high? And that top one, try and get the focus now. The top one says, anyway, it says 61 by 20. That's about right size. So then, borderless, you leave, just print review. Yeah, always look at it before, because you always chance to make so. Okay. There it appears, 61 by 20. So say OK. There's the thing. Now we're going to see what it looks like. So up to File, drop down to Print, Proceed. Don't worry about it. It's not really over. And it gives you print quality. We always print as high, so that's OK. you know, to do anything with any of these aspects. All this probably seems like loads of information to take in, but believe me, when you've done it once or twice, you think, oh yeah, it's a lot simpler than it sounds. Best form of learning, I think, is doing. What have I clicked on there? Oh, in the meantime, we'll just look at this while that's low. It says up to 204. This is back to sublimation work. And it's going up to, I've set it as 320, or was it 330? Can't remember anyway. So then it will count down. That's basically 3 minutes worth. Anyway, I beg your pardon. This is the temperature being set. So when it gets up to a certain minute, then this is hooked up to, yeah, this is the, we get a, oh, sorry, in the meantime, sorry. Yeah. So this is the preview. We happy with that? Yeah, we're happy with that. So we got the print. Then it's warning us about our inks, just close that. And off it goes. Oh, it's going to do another process now, so yeah. Okay, so mug. Where's that mug? Yeah. So this is still warming up. Oh, it's got to the warmth, I think. Yeah. So then we press that. Sorry, it gets to 200, and then you press that button there, and it will climb to the temperature required, which is a bit warmer than what that was. I won't do this now. When it gets that temperature, the mug goes in the clamp here like this. You can feel the heat coming off there now. Then take the bar, then it encloses the mug like that, clamp, and then it will just take about 2 or 3 minutes to print onto. So I'll take that out now. That's how it works basically. You can see the shape. I'll demonstrate that properly now. So it's still climbing. This is the paper that we use to put around the mugs. Actually, I don't know if I'm putting something in the bin, but I must have cleared it, yeah, when I did the other day. So it's coming up now. When it hits 320, then it will count down. So when you see, sorry, 330, got my numbers all mixed up. So when it hits 330, then it will count down. See that? Okay, so 180, that's 3 minutes. When it starts the countdown from 180, that's the point which you put it in here, clamp it up, 3 minutes, and when it gets to 3 minutes, it will tell you that it's ready. It comes out, and it comes out like these really well. There's an example of a key ring fob. There's another one. Let's see that. I've engraved that on the back as well. Again, you sit it up in the pantograph machine to do that. I think it will go on the diagram as well to get extra fonts. So that's still counting down. It's done, what's that, about a minute, a bit less than a minute. It's good to the first time I've used this, the printer today, so first job, it always takes a little while to go through its ritual. You'll see inside, this is a very short job because it's only a bit of writing, but it could be a picture or anything else. It's bigger than I thought actually. Meanwhile, it's about a minute and 10 seconds to go. I mean, we're only printing some words today, but even for pictures, it's very quick. I mean, it will do one that size in about 10 minutes, I suppose. And I sell these A4s because it's 2 foot wide. I don't sell A4s singly because otherwise I have to waste half the roll. But I'll sell 2 A4s for £25, which is the same. That's canvases, by the way, which is the same price as one A3, which is the cat over there, which I think is very good value, very good for canvas. You could easily put a bit on top of that. And I think I've got some customers coming in now, so I'll have to stop. No, they're not. Okay. So there we are. It's cut the scrimp automatically. Off it comes, and Dave's demonstration. Meanwhile, this is telling us, obviously there's nothing in there, we took it out earlier, that's ready. Press this button, shut it up, and then turn it off there. And then you just connect up here, whichever one you want to use. So let's just do a canvas. We're not going to print it, because you see the printing work. Now I had this picture earlier on where I wasn't quite happy with the colour. This is an A2. So I cut it in half. The colour wasn't quite right about that. Well, I wasn't happy with it anyway. So I'll just set this up so that I can show you how to put a canvas on stretcher bars. So I'm going to put this in here. Actually, it's not helpful. Oh well. I'll try and make this work one-handed. So I'll just set that up there for the moment. Hello. Okay, take these things out of the way. What I like to do is to make sure, first of all, that the surface area is really clear of any things like staples. So that's quite often because you staple it at the back. And I want to make sure that there's none left over because that will just ruin the print. You have to start over again. So what I do is I've got this old bit of like carpeting really. I always make sure I put that over the surface first so it's on a nice surface. So here's our image. What we need to do is find some stretcher bars. Now the stretcher bars I was talking about earlier. This is an A3 size we're going to do. So there are the shorts, we've got boxes of these, so all different sizes. That's 40 centimetres and that's 40 by 30. So you take the shortest one and it just slots in there like that. That's the shortest one. And longest one on there. The short one. So I normally just get a hammer and I will to make sure that's square. Is that right? 13. Okay, so what I did to make sure that corner is at 90 degrees. Sometimes it looks at it and it isn't, and you start putting the canvas on, you think, why is that not square on there? Because normally that's the image that goes all the way around. Normally your image will stop there, it gives you a nice line to make sure that it lines up at the back. You can make a nice straight mounting of the canvas. So now what we'll do is basically you put, this has ridges. I'll bring this a bit closer. You can see the contour of that. That's got a little ridge over here. The other side is flat. See, that's flat, and that's got the ridge area. So the ridge area goes on the print side. So we always make sure that the print side, so the non-print side, wraps around the back, which is flat. That's where we're going to staple it. So basically, we line it up. I think, yeah, just have to move this bit.